What up, what up, what up, everybody? You guys are tuned into the Madden Underground podcast. We are back with another episode of the Madden Underground podcast. I got my guy B.
Are you sure this time?
Snipes.
Are you sure this time?
Philly guy. We in here. What's good, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Great day. Happy Madden Day, everybody.
Happy Madden Day.
What a coincidence.
Happy Madden Day. I love it.
Right.
It's by design, brother. You know, that ain't nothing coincidental about that.
Hey, it's a coincidence we had the podcast on Madden Day. It's a coincidence.
Hey, it would have been doper if they had dropped that reveal trailer, too.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
They couldn't give us everything. They couldn't give us everything.
Tomorrow.
You know what? Our luck, it'll get leaked after the podcast.
We gonna talk about all these alleged leaks too. By the way, today we gotta talk about that too. I want to send my love and prayers out to the people in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's been another tragedy going on out there, another mass shooting tragedy type of deal going on out there. Also want to send condolences to the family of Marion Barber. B-Guard hit us with that news right before the podcast, and that's quite unfortunate. He's one of, if you think of beast mode, that was beast mode before beast mode. Yeah. You think about it. Wore the same number.
One of the last bruising backs,
man.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate to lose another player, and also Gladney from the Arizona Cardinals. So Jeff Gladney, man. So it's been a real tragic week to start. But we hope the podcast gives just something to uplift a few people's spirits and things like that this week. But yeah, man, it's Madden Day. The cover, the Madden cover dropped today. Yeah, it's a great day. If you haven't seen the cover, the Madden 23 cover, they did something to honor the late great John Madden, Coach Madden, with the covers, and the covers are actually pretty amazing. They have a nostalgic feel to it. Snipes alluded to earlier. How do you guys feel about the covers?
I love it, man. I said from the jump that when Madden passed away back in November, may God rest his soul. He immediately came into my head that, look, this man has got to be on the cover. If at least for All Pro Edition, he at least has to be on that. They put him on all three. Now, I didn't expect them to put him on all three. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that at all. I don't think any of us here expected all three of them to have Madden on there.
This is great. Hey, these are some dope covers, bro. Like They got that. I love the one with the where he's writing on the the writing one that takes you back. I think that was it Madden 95?
That was
I think it was 95 or 96 or maybe 98.
That might have been 98. That might have been the year that if I'm not mistaken, when N64 came out with Madden.
Okay. I know
that might have been the year. That might have been the year of that one. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but that might have been the year to N64 when their first version of Madden. I believe that's what it was. But nonetheless, the covers are fantastic. I love them, man, and I'm happy that they honored the late great John Madden in just like this. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm ready for the All Pro Edition. I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah. All
right. Well, if you look it up, they have all the covers by year. So it looks like the first one that you like, Snipes, that's 1990.
Yeah,
that's 90. That's Commodore 64 right there.
I don't even know what that is. I'm too young for that, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Commodore 64, man. Commodore 64, bro.
Yep. Is that a musical group? I'm just saying.
That's a good one.
The other one is like a spin on 97. And then the last one, the second one I think is just like a regular picture from celebrating his accomplishments as a Raiders coach.
Yeah.
And then the third one I believe is like a switch on 97. And Brian, I know that I sent you a long time ago the one at the bus stop. That picture is actually my favorite. The one that we thought could possibly. I know you keep saying the word leaks.
It was leaked. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. What was the difference between leaking and snitching? I'm just saying, like it just seemed like look, like one of them, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the leaks. Oh the WikiLeaks. Oh the leaks. Oh the leak this, leak that. I'm like, bro, I just want to see it for myself. You know, it'll get there when it gets there. I'm just excited, but I will say that regardless of what they do moving forward, this was the right way to start their year off, and I think this is a big win for EA, and I love it.
Yeah, I agree with Billy. I believe it was the right decision just to have him on the cover, not have a player for this like a $70 edition. Just have him on the cover for the year, and just celebrate his legacy. Like we're not talking about this without him. Like without him, none of us probably come together.
Yeah, know each other.
We don't know each other. We all do whatever. We probably out playing probably FIFA or 2K or whatever. And it's just it's a good thing by EA to do. I don't praise them very often, but this is something that I could give them praise for. Just put him on the cover, like honor his legacy, and that's all I really have to say about it.
Man, I would like to say that like I love the game of Madden. I've loved it since I was a kid. I remember what was that what year was that when Ludacris was on the soundtrack? He had the theme
Oh man,
song.
Madden, that was 2000.
Right?
2000, yeah, 2000.
Man,
yeah.
get out of my way! Watch out as I come through. You know what I'm saying?
That was like the best,
hardest Madden intro ever,
yeah,
bro.
It was.
But yeah, like I said, I've been playing since before that. But it was just that was one of my favorites of all time. I think in addition, I think they had Eddie George on the cover too. So that was another reason why I was one of my favorites.
That was Eddie George. Yep.
So yeah, man.
He's the first player, right? First player to ever get the Madden cover. Was it Eddie George? No, that was Marshall Faulk. Or am I misremembering?
Marshall Faulk was.
I gotta pull it up again.
Yeah, Philly pulled it up and figured it out.
I thought it was Eddie George.
It was Eddie.
It was Eddie, then Marshall Faulk, and then Dante Culpepper.
No, right? It was Eddie Culpepper, Faulk,
Vic,
Ray Lewis, McNabb,
Favre.
Oh boy, what's his name? Sean Alexander.
Favre. I think Favre's over 9.
Favre's over 9. Favre's over 9. Vince Young, then Favre.
Then Favre. And then you had Palomalu and Fitz. Then you had Drew Brees. And then you had who played for the Browns that year?
Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis, yeah. Okay, that's when the truck stick started, right? Is that when the truck stick started?
The truck stick on Peyton Hillis?
I don't know. I just know Peyton Hillis had one good year, and then after that he became a farmer.
He's the worst Madden cover athlete of all time. I know. He won a vote over Adrian Peterson that year.
He beat out Adrian Peterson that year.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember how controversial that was. Yeah, but no, all that stuff is online. Man. All that stuff is online. Y'all got some good memories. I can't even front. That was impressive. That was impressive.
Like I said, the covers are fire.
To be fair, like Matt, I wouldn't have known who Peyton Hillis was without the Madden cover either, though. So.
Yeah, that's
true. He only had one good year. Yeah, only had one good year.
1 year for 1 year for the Browns, and that was it.
I just want a copy of all the games, all the covers, just as collector's items. I don't really buy. I don't buy hard copy games anymore. I normally just get the digital edition, but I may get a hard copy just so I can have one of the covers. Just a copy of it to have as a collector's item.
I typically do the same thing though. I'll buy a hard copy of one of them, but typically I'll just get the digital one and that's it. Because I have a box full of all of them, with the exception of the Commodore 64 one. I don't have that one, but I've been looking for that one, and when you find it, it's just way too expensive. There's no way I'm not paying that type of money for that. I can't do it.
And EA went on to say that they're going to be doing a lot of different things to honor John Madden within the game. I know that the have that little intro game you play while the game is loading.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're going to feature two teams coached by him that you can actually play with, and they're going to feature his voice in the commentary as well. As stated by EA in the article that they posted on their website, and he said that's just a few things that they plan on doing to honor his legacy within the game, and I'm sure they're gonna do a lot more. But I think that's great. One thing I think they should bring back is the All Madden teams. They need to bring that back. I think whoever's in charge of his estate needs to make sure that they keep that alive and bring that back. Because I remember that used to be a big deal on Fox, like right before at the end of the season, who's gonna make the All Madden team, and then they were on the game. Yeah, that was. I used to
look forward to tuning into that, man.
Yeah, that was actually pretty dope, man. So if they bring that back, I'll be thoroughly pleased.
Well, I don't want to release any spoilers, but I tend to believe there's a possibility that they would do something like that with MUT. That they would have all Madden MUT cards, and they would be able to promote that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that everything would go to profit. It might go, to charity or, to some positive experience. But I mean, I can see them doing it. I can see them doing that.
They did that kind of this year with like the bow nose thing. Like they could do that if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they'll have an all Madden team for regs. Like I remember the all-time teams used to be a thing back when I was younger. I loved those teams.
Yeah.
So,
that great.
But that remains to be seen. We'll see.
And like you said, Philly, they could do something that contributed to charity, because I saw they were going to give I think $2.3 million in his name to the communities, to I guess selected communities or whatever. In that sense, which is I think another positive thing that they could do, or they're trying to do with it over there at EA. So great in the midst of all the turbulence that around are circulating the game. I'm glad they're actually trying to push forward and keep his legacy alive. And they said they're trying to get back to the simulation base of the game. So we're gonna see how Madden 23 turns out. I'm eager to see what the trailer reveals tomorrow. And speaking of the trailer, one of the things they talked about was if you go to the YouTube and wait to see the trailer tomorrow, one of the things they feature, it has Tyreek Hill putting up the deuces. It says official reveal trailer, and it says introducing Field Sense gameplay system. So this is something, I don't know if this is a new engine, something completely different. I know they introduced something that sounded like Field Sense in FIFA, and FIFA seems to be doing okay with it. But I think they definitely wanted to address, or they have to address defense and the way the AI reacts to certain things. So if this is something called, I think Field Sense, maybe they'll get a better feel of where the receivers are. But I'm hoping that is something like that. But if you guys have to give a hypothesis or educated guess on what Field Sense may be, what would you guys say it was?
I would honestly say that it has to be. It obviously has to be something having to do with because we've heard about it in the past, where we hear about some different things going to be happening with the passing game and things like that. And then, as you alluded to about FIFA, FIFA has some different. I don't know if any of you guys really have played FIFA this year, just yet.
It's free,
but it's free. It's free right now. Yeah,
PS5
but yep, exactly. But I think if it has anything to do with FIFA, we might be in good shape. But still, it's kind of hard to kind of come up with what exactly it's gonna be until obviously when this, when the beta comes out, then we could really kind of fully see what it's all about. It's I don't want to sit here and say it's gonna be this or that, but it does sound like Field Sense is something similar to what's going on with FIFA. If it's anything to do with that, as far as the movement and everything, FIFA is fantastic.
Yes.
As far as the movement and everything, they have changed everything around. That new engine that they have, it's great. And typically, as we all know, Madden typically follows after FIFA. So if that's the case, we're in good shape. But we'll see. We'll see when the demo comes out.
Yeah,
definitely,
for me, I think my guess would be it's going to be a response to whatever the existing coding is, right? So if there's certain assignments or certain coded assignments, then my assumption would be, like we talked about off the air, these would be individual assignments Maybe the numbers impact that player's response to a certain, bubble around them or circle, however the field is broken up and it's limited just to them. They don't play in tandem. But we'll have to see. Like Snipe said, my only question is, how is that going to work with match coverage? The way that they're talking about, field sense, I'm like, how does that really work with match coverage? How is that going to necessarily, like, is match coverage for zone, is it going to officially basically look like zone and then just be flat out man coverage? Like, what is it that we're using right now, and how is it going to be impacted by field sense? That's the part that I want to see, because I would just guess that it's just going to be a change in the coding to have the players operate independently.
Possibly. What about you, Bigo? What do you got to say about it?
Hopefully it's just players on the field being more aware of their surroundings. Like, for example, I know everybody's had this happen. When a quarterback is scrambling out of the pocket and you're tapping the right stick in to have somebody go get him, and they just stand there. Like, stuff like that. Like, hey, the quarterback's moving around and there's nobody in my area. Better go get him, or instead of I'm just gonna stand here and wait till he crosses the line of scrimmage. Or like if a deep zone has no other responsibility and it sees like a deep crosser that's right in front of them, instead of just letting the crosser go right in front of their face, like come and play down on it to at least provide some kind of help on the receiver. Like, it's just simple stuff like that. Like, I hope it's just boosts awareness of the surroundings and the situations. That's all I hope it is.
So are you saying something similar to the effect, like, you got your outside corner dropping back in a deep zone, he's got 3 routes to choose from, he takes the most dangerous one, which is the deepest route, and then the other 2 underneath routes are either something that you have to cover, or you already have a man there, and those are adjustments that you have to make and reads that you have.
If the deep zone has nobody behind them, he just takes the deepest route available in his specific area, like that.
Right. I think I can see what you're saying. I mean, I would love to see that too, because I think that's easier for us to work with if we know that they're not going to dummy out, right? That deep zone, they're going to play deep zone. They shouldn't be playing the flats. They shouldn't be playing the mid. They're going to play the deep zone.
Yeah, basically, like, there shouldn't be a route that just kills every single zone in the game. That shouldn't be a thing. Like, there should be a zone to counter every route in the game. There shouldn't be just like, oh, this crosser gets over 30-yard flats and underneath deep quarters or deep thirds. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. Like, something's got to play those. Like, and that's been a problem since zone drops have been implemented. Like, it's just, I should be able to send my flat. If I want my flats playing 50 yards downfield, I want them playing 50 yards. I'll give up everything underneath. Like, that should be my choice. Like, oh, you can only play 30, and then the 30 doesn't get back enough, so now I have a crosser that's just going to keep getting open.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. I don't know if my flat should be playing 50 deep, but I think that whatever their cutoff is, another zone should pick up. So there shouldn't be gaps in between the two. So, but I agree with you. I mean, there should never be a route in the game without a defense to counter it. That there should never be a route in the game without a defense to counter.
And I get we have adjustments and things like that, but some of the adjustments were just ridiculous. Like, you have to make certain adjustments to cover certain things that just absolutely made no sense because the defense made no sense. But I think, in my opinion, I think Madden, EA is going to completely address all the not all the flaws, but some of the biggest flaws in the game from this year, because they didn't address them this year. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you can't just have a new game and then not address the game, the flaws going into the new game, or bringing old flaws into a new game. So we'll see we'll see how that pans out.
I think there's a lot of people out there that I've talked to that they've said, if they addressed the flaws that's in this game and made them perfect, they'd be fine. They'd be fine with a rendition of this game that's out right now. They'd be fine with it.
Hell, if they would have just said, you know what, Escape Artist is broken, there's no real defense for it, we're just gonna take it out, the game would get better. Like, Escape Artist is, there's nothing really that stops it at a consistent rate.
Right.
There's nothing that stops it. Like, it's like you get a quarterback that's got an Escape Artist, like you're just praying for a stop at some point because if nothing's open, let me just run around the contain that I left unblocked so I can just run around him. Like it's one of the worst features in Madden 22. And it's not like they haven't vaulted anything. They vaulted like halftime adjustments in MUT because it was breaking the game. Yeah. It was an exploit. So it's not like they can't vault it. They just chose not to.
That's pretty accurate, I would say.
But I wouldn't say they chose not to, though, necessarily, because, I would say that all the work that they put into coding the game, at some point they know they can only do so much. So maybe increasing the amount of points that it cost in MUT was the only solution that they had. Now, if you're in CFM, until EA decides to have AP points in CFM, there's nothing you can do about that. Like, it's going to be tough.
That's the problem. Like, you either have to outright ban it, or give it to everybody. Like, because like you guys saw in the leagues this year, if you had Escape Artist, you were guaranteed 12 wins. And the only reason you'd lose the other games is because you played somebody else with Escape Artists.
Xbox Pro, Cardinals didn't make the playoffs majority of the time.
Congratulations.
Ravens kind of were different. They weren't full strength.
But wait, come on.
Yeah, but listen, I get what you're saying. I get the gist of it. But yeah, that was just odd to say, given the fact that those two guys were.
Yeah, you're talking about two guys out of how many?
Yeah. But
so,
definitely.
I got a quick question. Are we supposed to be doing like wardrobe changes in the middle of the show?
You'll be all right. I'm cold in my house, man. I can't go out there right now because we're on a podcast. So I'm trying to keep it professional. I just wanted to switch up real quick because I'm cold. That's all.
I'm just saying, Snipes. Like, you got to understand how I feel, brother. You got the green screen, you got the dope mic, you got the golden pipes, you got the gear, you got the black buffalo hat. Like, come on, man, you got to leave us something. You got to leave us something. Man, we can't keep up with that.
Boy, stop.
What up, Slim Ghost? We got Slim Ghost in the building. I don't know why that Nightbot. I'm gonna stop that Nightbot. It's been policing everybody. Like, hey, too many emojis. Like, what?
You can change the setting. You can change.
I don't even want it anymore, bro. Like, this thing is acting like a real cop, like a real narc. Like, tired narking, bro. Like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, but yeah, definitely. For the most part. We got Perfect Goat in the building. What's good? But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I'm hoping that next year, well, not next year, but this year, Madden 23, they actually address a lot of those things. We'll see tomorrow though. They're gonna start releasing a lot of that information.
Yeah, everything starts tomorrow, man.
I know you guys are hoping for crossplay. I'm actually hoping for it too. But you know what I told you earlier, Snipes?
Yeah, I saw that picture. What you said.
I saw that picture. They was throwing them pictures out on the net, and that one
So let me break it down for everybody what you said, okay? All right.
Fast money, bro.
So on the new covers, B James, if you could show the cover one more time real quick so they could see. I don't know is it on the cover that you have?
It's not on that cover. It's not on that cover. Okay. It's on that cover. But you saw it though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
absolutely. So on one of the covers, it has a dual entitlement on there. Now, dual entitlement, we typically know that means you could transfer PS4 to PS5 or from Xbox One to Xbox Series SX. That's typically what it is.
Yeah.
But B James thinks that because we see dual entitlement,
it's gonna be.
It'll be a big letdown. There won't be any crossplay. Now, I don't think they're gonna announce any crossplay tomorrow. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think they're going to announce it. But you know what I mean? And maybe in the next few weeks, because obviously if everybody doesn't know, I know a lot of you guys know, a lot of you guys play more than Madden. But June is the time where we're going to start seeing all these new games starting to get release dates and coming out and everything else. So this is going to be the time. You know, Microsoft has their show next week. So does, I believe Sony does as well too. So does Nintendo. All these guys have their shows beginning next week, showing their new games and everything else. So we're going to start seeing a bunch of new games starting to come out. So I don't think we're going to hear anything tomorrow. Maybe next week. But maybe. I don't know if we're going to hear anything tomorrow. We might hear something right before they release the beta.
In my opinion, cross-platform is a game changer. So if you actually have that capability in the game, I'm leading off with that. Like, yo, guys, we got cross-platform.
I agree.
You know, the game is cross-platform, and that way everybody will be like, yo, like, it's lit. Like, let's get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's that automatically that's gonna change. That'll set Twitter on fire tomorrow if they announce that in one of the reveals or whatever.
Right. And we already know that's gonna separate the men from the boys, man. If crossplay hits.
Oh yeah.
But is that a gameplay feature? That seems to me more like, you know, that's something that the servers would be able to handle. Like that's really for their product. To me, it doesn't have crossplay has nothing to do with gameplay. Like, wouldn't you guys rather that the features that they announce and present for the game are the most important things? Like I said, I mean, because if they have a crappy game and it's crossplay, all we're gonna be talking about is how crappy the game is, you know. But if they have a great game and then they have crossplay, you know, then to me, I feel like that would be that would be a better sell.
Gotcha.
Maybe. I want crossplay though.
Well,
I'm tired of having to switch between two different systems, bro. I'm tired of it.
We all want it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm on crossplay. But anyways,
agreed.
In other news, we have what do we have right here? Let me see. Oh, other news. We got this going down. Matt Marcous, time as commish comes to an end. You know, he went on Twitter and announced. Don't you start, B-Guard. Don't you start that laughing. Don't you start that laughing. Don't you dare start that laughing.
Make sure you start with B-Guard first on this one when you're ready to Make sure you start with him first on this.
So
look.
No, wait. Let me read the tweet first.
Okay.
He said, my Marcous announced that his time as commish at Madden NFL is at an end. You know, it was an amazing 7-year journey at EA Sports, and I can think of no better time to move on to a new adventure. You know, so, you know, Madden eSports viewership is at an all-time high, and Madden 22 Championship was nominated for a Sports Emmy. So, you know, that's a great accomplishment. But I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, go to this man's replies. When you talk about lighting somebody up, the community lit his ass up, and lit him up. It was like, yo, he was bowing out, like gracefully bowing out, and they were like, you know what? So what, buddy? We got a bone to pick with you, and they let him have it. They let him have it all on the replies, bro. And it was not just one person. It seemed like everybody had something negative to say, bro, and it was like he was leaving. I'm out of here. Like, let me leave. Like, you go kick me in my ass on the way out, you know. But I'm gonna start with B-Guard, man. Go ahead, B-Guard.
Look, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing about the replies. Like, I thought that was hilarious. I quote tweeted his tweet, and I said, "Damn, that's like the most communication he's had with the community in like 2 years. Glad to see you still around, buddy." But anyway, in all seriousness, Madden did grow under him. There were things that I felt he needed to do better. Communication was one of them, but EA has a communication problem, so I don't know if I can just account that to Matt Marcous. But, you know, it did grow. Like, it was Madden, the competitive scene before, like, EA decided to really invest into it, like, was almost non-existent. Like, you had Gamer Saloon. That's about it. Maybe somebody else was holding the tournament. But, like, he brought it to the mainstream, and like, you know, the first commissioner probably is never going to be the greatest commissioner of all time. Like, there's always something they could have done better. He could have communicated better. I 100% agree with that. I'm not going to totally take a total dump on him, because he's gone. Like, he's made it into something that gets put onto ESPN,
right?
ESPN2 or whatever, after the Madden bus thing, which I wish they'd bring that back, but I don't ever see that happening again. But
I think they will.
That remains to be seen. Like, maybe, but I just don't see it as of now. But with him, like, was he successful? I'd say he was. Like, I mean, how many people can say that their lives have changed because they played in the MCS? Like, a good handful can say that. Like, you got Skimbo, you have Dubby, you have Kiv, Drini, Pavin, and the list goes on and on. And I don't know if that's possible without that kind of work. Maybe it was going to work with or without him, but he gets always have the thing on his resume that he helped build the Madden competitive scene into what it is today. Could it have been better? Could it have been better ran? Absolutely. But, you know, I'll give him his flowers while he's here. I'm going to give him his flowers. Like, you know, congrats to him. Hope for the best of luck in his future endeavors.
Definitely.
That went differently than what y'all thought it was, huh?
A little bit.
No.
A little bit.
Y'all thought I was going to light him up, didn't you?
No, not at all. Because, you know, first of all, for me, I could see the smile on your face. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like you had just successfully accomplished something. But I would just say this.
I didn't do. I went through it without slander.
I was ready for you to like hold the line and the flag, and you know.
I am growing as a person. I did not slander the man. I didn't slander him. I am growing as a person.
Big up to you, B-Guard, man. I'm glad. Look. I'm gonna give you your flowers right now, bro. You get that.
The old B-Guard would have said something totally different.
Yeah, he would have.
Man, he's on the back. That B-Guard's on the bathroom break, man. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Look, here's what I will say. Here's what I'll say. And this is just 100. First of all, I honestly don't know what this man's job duties and responsibilities were. And I know that the cancel culture. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that, you know, cancel culture, and I know that today, you know, with all the social media, everybody is quick to think that they know what your job is and what you're supposed to do. You talk about all of the accomplishments. You know, he posted some of the things that maybe he was a part of. I don't know how much weight and how much pull this man had. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, you know, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Maybe the merger that we were talking about on last week's podcast has something to do with this departure, because they're going to be going in a different direction. You know, they're going to be, you know, streaming, and they're going to have a whole lot of other features to make it more competitive, you know, for the entire world, as opposed to restricting it to the United States, you know, for the most part. So, you know, again, I don't know what this man did. I don't know what direction EA intends on going on. So I do think that, you know, what he heard on his Twitter page, even though, you know, a lot of it may be funny, the fact that the community didn't know who he was and didn't know what his responsibilities were, that does fall on him. Because you can't put something out on tweet and think that everybody's supposed to know what you were asked to do and what your accomplishments were and everything else like that. You got to take that smoke. You know what I'm saying? You have to let everybody know what you were asked to do, and you got to tell them, you know, what you were part of, what you were able to accomplish. You can't expect for people to feel some kind of way about you leaving. You know what I'm saying? All they see the EA organization, and they feel some kind of way because you were part of the problem. Were you part of the solution? I mean, what solution? So I don't want to say it's not fair to him. I'll just say I don't know what this man was asked to do, and he never conveyed that, and there was no communication, like you said, B. James. So, you know Philly, it's for me. What it is.
Philly, if only there was like a podcast that, you know, talked about Madden stuff, that, you know, he could come on one of these days and explain what his job duties were in his time at EA. You know, maybe just throwing it out there. If anybody knows of a of a podcast or something like that.
No.
And let's put this out there now. Any EA employee that wants to be heard or speak on behalf of EA and defend EA, you have
or former EA employee,
our former snitch that wants to come in here and snitch it up, because that's what it seems to be. It's a lot of leaking going on, a lot of disgruntled employees, a lot of leaks going on. Because I've heard there have been a lot of people leaving EA, and a lot of people have been leaking EA information. So we're gonna get to that after this. But if you guys ever want to come on the air and air out your laundry or anyone else's laundry for that matter, feel free to do so. But I welcome current EA employees, no disgruntled employees. For now, we're not gonna take disgruntled employees for now. We're not gonna turn this into a slander fest,
a bash EA.
Yeah. Right.
I do that in 20.
Yeah, we got
minutes,
enough with B-Guard.
You gotta come up. That's my area.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna come in and take my area.
So if you
is
guys
this like an open apology to Clint? Is that what I'm hearing right now? This is an open apology to Clint because you don't know what he's responsible for.
He's responsible for making me angry. That's what he's responsible for.
Next,
hey, so
hey, look, I'll just say this real quick, and then we could be done with this topic. Everything that Philly just said, I basically echo it because I don't know what the guy's responsibilities or anything is either. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know what his responsibilities are. I thought that those tweets were freaking hilarious, though. I will say that they were hilarious. But B-Guard is absolutely right. Madden has grown, with him at the helm, of the competitive scene. So Madden has grown in that regard. So big up to him. Definitely give him his flowers for it. Definitely, want to, congratulate him in regards to that. He's got a great piece on his resume now, and he should be able to flourish wherever he goes, from this point forward. But, I'll just basically, I'll end it by saying he's basically the Mark Jackson of competitive Madden.
Nah, man, it's bad. I'm going through the tweets now. It says took MCS to new heights. Best luck in your next endeavor. There's a good tweet. He said, "Wait, will Madden be good now?" It's just these are the kind of tweets that he's getting underneath his exit post, and
some of them have nothing to do with what he actually
what he actually did. Right.
Yeah, it was just
right.
more
Some of them you can't pay. Yeah, some of them you can't pay attention to.
Some of them are like, "Oh, is the game gonna be good now?"
Yeah.
Where's the Washington team content at? Like that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, like we don't know his influence on the MCS. We don't know, what recommendations he had, what he didn't have. And that to me is why I usually try to temper what I say. Because if you don't have the full picture, you start throwing grenades, it's like, come on, man.
Oh, Philly, I'll go one more up. We don't know what he had. We don't know what EA was telling him to do.
Yeah,
we don't know what, EA at the end of the day, they're the ones that call the shots. He's the best.
Mm-hmm. He's just acting out with what they want. So
what they want, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But what does this mean for competitive Madden though? That's who's taking over. Who's the next guy? That's the better question.
We're gonna find out.
Who's good?
Fast Money Tournament.
Fast Money Tournament, right? Fast Money Tournament.
There you go.
Hey, I'm about to do that Suge Knight impression. If you tired of spending all your coins, you tired of paying 25 weekend league games and getting nothing to show for it, come to Madden Underground, get in these Fast Money tournaments, get you some bread like Dez did this past week.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, let's talk about Dez, man. The guy did his thing. He had a very, very remarkable and impressive showing. He was our week 3 champion in our Fast Money tournament. So we're going to do a quick Fast Money tournament recap. There were certain players that stood out. Silver Fox is one of the players that stood out to me that didn't win. Saint definitely stood out. And like Clutch said, if they probably were on opposite side of the brackets, he probably wondering, like, how did the brackets, well, we got a ranking system. So as people join that aren't ranked, the brackets do change because of the ranking system. So that's how we do the seeding. Is if you haven't played in the tournament before, you're gonna automatically be at the bottom. And if somebody that joins that's played before, they're gonna go get placed based on their seeding. So that's to make that clear, so people wouldn't think it was some funny business going on. And we're gonna show you how that works today too. But yeah, we have a ranking system to where, you know, the more you play, and it kind of enhances your seeding, and you may not have to, if depending on how many players play, you may get a bye, may not get a bye, and things like that. But I do encourage everybody to jump into these fast money tournaments, especially if you got a MUT team. You spent all that money all year long on MUT. Might as well put that team to use. If you playing weekend league, you got time to play weekend league, you might as well jump in this. You play 3-4 games and got a chance to win some money, opposed to playing 25 games and getting some cards. You're gonna probably cash in and wait for the next golden ticket to come out. So that's just my opinion on it, you know. But I can't judge. I can't tell you what to do with your funds. But I encourage you guys, if you do play MUT, to jump into these fast money tournaments. It's actually available. You can actually register right now to sign up for Monday, June 6th. That tournament registration is open, and you can sign up right now as we speak. Go to maddenunderground.com and click on the tournament page, and click on the flyer, and it'll take you to the registration. Fill out the registration and sign up right now. But let's talk about the recap. Let's recap the tournament though, man. Like I said, Saint had a great performance. Silver Fox had a great performance. Burko had a great performance. But Dez did his thing, man. He clearly showed that he was cream of the crop material right there.
Yeah.
Cream of the crop material. We all witnessed it. Clutch said his boys was gonna win, and they came in and did their thing, man. So I'm extending the invite to any other league out there or any other crew that got a bunch of dudes that want to play Madden and they feel like they tough. You know, if your leader ain't gonna vouch for you, you may want to find a new leader. That's how I feel about it. And that's why I said I respect what Clutch doing over there. If your leader is not gonna vouch for you, then that lets you know what he think of, you know, with the operation he running, the cats he putting out and things like that. You know, he said if they tough, bring them out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. If you tough out there, you feeling tough, you feeling froggy, make sure you hit maddenunderground.com and jump. They want all the smoke. They cap it in the chat. I couldn't say nothing. The man kept to his word. He said his guys was gonna win. They got out there and they won a damn thing, man. So shout out to them. But yeah, go ahead, Snipes.
I was gonna say here real quick. You know, first off with Dez, I mean, I believe if I'm not mistaken, the games that he's won, he scored over 30 points every single game.
Oh my God.
You know, Dez scored over 30 points every single game.
Single game, bro.
The dude came in and he put in work. He put in major work, and then the other guy, Saint, he was just as good as well. Burko played absolutely fantastic. Also, Dimes had some fun. Dimes had some funny. There's some funny. Look, I love it when these guys keep their cams on.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Because Dimes had some faces on him. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh, he had me rolling in the chat, and then I mean, just so much fun, man. These past couple weeks, man, has been so much fun, and I definitely encourage anybody that you know, P-Guard, that you know plays weekend things. And look, get into these tournaments, man. Get into these tournaments. You really don't got nothing to lose. $20, you go spend $20 over at Texas Roadhouse right quick. You know what I'm saying? Take that 20, man, make it to 320. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? Take that 20, make it 320 in the matter of a couple hours. Dez and Clutch and all them, they'll tell you how quick you get paid. They'll tell you how quick you get paid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We don't play games when it comes down to getting you paid. So, I mean, bottom line, you want to make that paper, man, every Monday, man, you need to make it a point to be a part of these tournaments, man. They're incredible tournaments. They really are.
Wow. I didn't know you was going to shout out Texas Road. I love Texas Roadhouse. You totally got me distracted, but I got 5 things to say. Number one, I'd like to offer you a mint. Sounded like you had something in your throat there. Number 2, Dez did the damn thing, and that was very impressive. Number 3, Clutch was in the chat nonstop, representing his crew, holding it down, and being respectful of that. So, shout out to him and everything that he was doing and saying. It was great. Number 4, I felt like Fox was like he was like the heart of the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like the people was rooting for him because he was in hell game.
Silver Fox put on a great performance.
He was fighting. He was doing his thing. So I felt like that was big. And then number 5, I want to talk about Burko being psychic. I mean, look, y'all don't want to talk about. I need Burko to give me some damn lottery numbers because that brother said, "Hey man, Laser gonna win the damn thing." Burko play Laser. Laser wins. Hey man, Dad's gonna win the damn thing. And Daz wins the damn thing. So I'm like, look, Burko, hey brother, hit me up, DM me. I need them lottery numbers. Give me the Mega Millions. You know what I'm saying? You hot right now, bro. You hot right now. So that's my 5. I'm gonna send it up to Mr. Brady in the top box. Go ahead, do your thing.
Mr. Brady.
That's me? Oh, okay.
Yes, I did the finger.
I remember when I saw Dez in the bracket, I'm like, oh, like this is serious. Oh, okay, so this is getting serious because I played him in another CFM and he beat my brakes in. Like,
that's why you didn't sign up. There we have it. There you have it, Philly. I knew it was something he saw. It was something that spooked him. He was spooked. I knew it.
Look,
there you go.
Look, I don't usually play Madden on Mondays though. Like Monday, you happen to be Memorial Day. Like I didn't have any other things to do, but Monday I don't usually play Madden. Like that's just what it is.
Okay.
Like I gotta keep my mental health fresh. I can't be playing Madden 24/7 and then be like, oh yeah, let me play in this tournament because I like keeping myself mentally fresh for next year. Next year I might start doing it. But having said that, enough about me. My favorite player in that was Silver Fox. Like you said, like Philly said, Silver Fox had some great games. Had an overtime game against Dimes that he won. Yeah. And then came up just short against Burko on a last second TD. Like he was so entertaining to watch. Like, and it's not like these were like bad games. No, back and forth, high scoring, like stuff you just love to see. Definitely. And like I'm looking forward to seeing him again. Dez, I'm sure is going to be coming back. Like watching him being that surgical and clinical, like on offense and then defense. Like defense on just boxing people all over the place. Yeah. Saint didn't get to watch much of him, but again, like I remember he had a hard game. He had to come back in, fought. Yeah, like Clutch's guys, like those guys are actual real players. Like I've played both of them, and they're actually like real tough players. And it is a shame that both of them were on the same side of the bracket.
Yeah,
I think that could have been the final. Like,
yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, maybe Burko pulls it out. Maybe
that definitely won't happen in the upcoming tournament because we have the top 5. And here
who are they?
Here's the top 5. So top 5, we got number 1 is Dez. And people say, how's Dez? Dez is his first tournament, Well, guess what?
Dude, he dominated.
Dez went 4-0. Not only did he go 4-0, he put up 121 points in 4 games. Not only did he put up 121 points, he only allowed 48 points in 4 games. You get what I'm saying? So that is quite impressive right there. That is extremely impressive. Number 2 is Laser. Laser had a great showing. He went 4-0 as well in his debut. He put up 131 points, but he allowed but he allowed 62 points. So that's why he got second place. Burko, number 3, he's 5-2 in the tournament. He's put up 172 points in 7 games. So that's quite impressive as well. And then you have Saint. His stick as well. He put up 179 points. He's number 4. And then you have Saint, who is number 5. And you say, how did he jump? How did he jump? 1, he lost to the champion. 2, he has a better point differential than everybody underneath him. He has just as many wins as most of the guys that participated in previous tournaments and less losses. And that's how he jumped over it. And then number if you want to give a number 6, it'll be John Madden. Number 8 would be number 6 would be John Madden. Number 7 would be Silver Fox, and number 8 would be Assassin. And that's about it. Those are guys that get honorable mention in the midst of the tournament. But I see people in the chat saying talking about Dez, but Dez had a great showing, man. I definitely want to commend Dez on his performance. We'll be doing this again Monday. So if you're feeling froggy, jump. If you're feeling like you want the smoke, jump. A lot of people was inboxing me. A lot of people snuck into the Discord to get the information. I saw Shift God Cole try to jump in last minute. So maybe this week he'll be able to get in and do his thing and see what happens, man. But we're definitely going to be doing these things every Monday going into 23. We're going to take a break the week the beta comes out. So this Monday we'll do it. We'll have it this Monday coming up on the 6th. The following week, we're not going to do a tournament because that's the week the beta comes out, and we want to do a couple things with the website to prepare and within our Discord to prepare for the beta. We may do something in-house, not on stream for the beta, just out of fun, but it won't be streamed. So if you're in the Discord, that's something you can look forward to. And we'll see what happens, man. But I definitely encourage anybody that's watching. And if you feeling froggy, you got a MUT team, you think your MUT team is nice, you got some skills, bring it to the arena, man. And if not, even if you don't feel, you want to see where you measure up. I want to shout out Wrangler, man. Wrangler got his first win in the tournament, man. He beat Illuminati, and he's been he was getting thrashed the first 2 weeks. He was getting stumped out, kicked around. But this week, he got a win, and I want to definitely give him a shout out because he did a good job of taking it in his stride and learning from the losses and improving. And you can see the growth in his game just from participating in these games. So
that dive and catch that he had, man, to get back in that game, that was crazy.
Oh, you're definitely gonna see that. You're gonna see that because we're this is the end of the podcast, so we're gonna exit with the highlights from the tournament. So with that being said, anything you guys want to say in closing?
Enjoy the highlights.
Hey, don't forget, they're going to be showing Madden 23 tomorrow. Sign up for the tournament. See when you measure up. Make a name for yourself.
Make a name for yourself. What about you, B-Guard?
Yeah, make a name for yourself.
Okay. That didn't sound believable, but okay. Say it with some more enthusiasm, man. Say it with your chest.
Make a name for yourself.
Oh,
Is that better?
No, it's not better. It's worse. We're out of here. We're going to leave on that note. But anyways, we're out of here.
Back here and look at that. Wide open and two-tone Jones. He's gone TTC to the crib for the touchdown. Oh, good pass right there, and he punches it in just like that. Big money already. Big time touchdown. Oh my goodness. What a catch! What a catch! He said, look, don't throw that. And look at the Dom's face. I'm going to pause it. Now, Foreman, look at this. Look at Bo Nose taking it. He is gone. TTC to the crib for the touchdown.
I mean, we couldn't even get through the highlight until...
He may be trying to do that. I mean, he's frustrating him throwing it east to west.
Nice blocking.
Nasty streak. Great block.
Newton back.
Oh, he is wide
open, Thomas, and he will punch it in. TTC to the crib for the touchdown. It's it back here on 2nd and 6.
You got him wide
open. Too tall. Too much. Mixing back. Look at the loop again. This time caught wide open. Johnson punches it in. Big play. Big touchdown. Marcous said it as well.
The question is, if you do win, can you do it again?
Well, I definitely don't think this is a one and done.
And
I definitely don't see this as a one and done.
You win 300, but this is why you got to see it. You win $300, you take 20 out of that 300, you get in there next week.
Run it back.
Run it back. You run it back all day.